In this video, I will discuss how to best handle a meltdown when it happens, and I will share 6 guidelines to help you know what to do during a meltdown. This video builds upon the last one where I discussed the difference between meltdowns and tantrums. I also talked about how to proactively minimize meltdowns by using my self-regulation framework. If you're not familiar with this framework, please check my last video. I love talking about this topic, so if this is of interest to you, please like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel. So you've tried everything to prevent a meltdown, but it's still happening. First thing to remember is that your child is not melting down to get attention. Their brain is experiencing a sensory overload and their nervous system is just trying to cope. It's still very frustrating, but it's not your child's fault. Number 1, have realistic expectations. During a meltdown, your child has little to no control to calm themselves. Their nervous system is in fight or flight mode, and it's going to ride its course for a while. Your child's nervous system doesn't care about what's on the schedule. So this is not the time to have a conversation or ask your child to calm down or ask them to reflect on what else they could do better. This is the time to go into damage control mode and be prepared to ride the wave. Number 2, keep them safe. So this is the time to make sure that they don't hurt themselves or hurt others. Number 3, eliminate the problem if at all possible. So, for example, if you're at a grocery store or a party and your child becomes dysregulated and goes into a meltdown, consider going back to the car, removing them from the environment, finding a more quiet room where they can recover safely, giving them some noise-canceling headphones. This is a good approach when the dysregulation is caused by the environment, like too much noise, too many people, lights are too strong, offensive smells, whatnot. If you're not sure of what contributed to the meltdown, go back to the self-regulation diagram that I introduced in one of my previous videos called Demystifying Your Child's Behavior Part 2. It can be used as a cheat sheet to help you figure out the possible causes of the meltdown. Number 4, provide your child with calming input. So in the previous guideline, you tried to eliminate anything that was causing dysregulation. Now we want to look for anything that could help your child regain a regulated state in addition to being removed from the environment if that was a possibility. So this will clearly be different for each child and each situation. But you want to think about what helps your child be calm. What is something that could be comforting them, that usually is provides comfort to them. It could be foods, it could be music, it could be certain items, certain toys, certain games. It could be some comfort items. It could be a stuffed animal, or it could be a video game. Number 5. Minimize all demands until your child is calm and regulated again. It may take 15 minutes or a couple of hours. Their brain is flooded with stress chemicals. Their sympathetic system is in overdrive. Remember that when our brain is in a state of dysregulation, it cannot operate at its best. It cannot process information very well, and it cannot learn. Minimizing the demand is really important as a way to help your child become regulated again. Number 6, reflect and learn. Now, this is where a lot of learning can take place. And this is a step that is often misunderstood or skipped altogether. This is something that can only happen when your child is regulated again and calm. So pick your timing. It could be shortly after they become regulated again. It could be several hours later when it's the best time for you and your child, when nobody's in a rush, and it could be at bedtime. Pick the right moment. So the goal is to turn this experience of a meltdown, which is uncomfortable for everybody, into a learning experience. Clearly, the conversation will be different based on your child's age and their development and their abilities. You want to reflect on what happened. You want to understand what led to the meltdown. Was it too much noise? Was it too many people? Was it a transition? Was it a disappointment? And you want to brainstorm about what else could have taken place. Are there different ways that we could have handled it? Or, what are we learning from this? Or how could we do things differently next time to have a better outcome. This is it for this video. I hope you will find it helpful. So the next video will focus on Lucas. Lucas is 7 years old. He often experiences big emotions and he has frequent meltdowns. So together we'll analyze one of his meltdowns. We'll look at how his dad handled it, and together we'll figure out what else we could have done. So in the meantime, be well and see you next week.